The First Ward Community Center in Saginaw has a unique and exciting program called LACER, which stands for Literacy, Arts, Culture, Enrichment, and Recreation. This year-round after-school program and summer program serves youth in K through 12th grade by providing positive opportunities and a safe environment. The African Saga is a play performed by students of the LACER program, and their talent is amazing. Let's take a look.
The African Saga is basically a timeline story that pulls true stories, true events from the time where we were once free in our own country to the enslavement, back to emancipation. Now we're free, but we don't know what to do, to where we are today. A lot of the old saying, if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going. It gives a lot of the youth that's involved more stories of where we come from. A lot of times in school we hear about, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks. Not to discredit them in any kind of way, but there are more stories that the kids need to be exposed to, that they need to know more about. Some they might get to find out what happened in their own lineage by knowing about the African Saga. Some kids, they go back and research their own lineage and everything. So it's a beautiful story that is not just a Black history piece, but it's a year-round piece that kids can learn from. I have seen kids that started with me in the program. I always ask them how they're doing at school before we go into any of the lessons or anything. And most about D, C, average. So when I start putting paperwork in front of them, and I put the strong demands on them, turn the TV off, get off of Facebook, get off the telephone, learn these lines. Once the youth start recognizing that I can do this, I can work, their confidence, it builds like a roaring lion. And before you know it, they're coming in, okay, I learned this part, I learned that part. And I'm just watching them grow in their confidence. And once you have a confident child that believes that they can accomplish, it's no stopping them. You put whatever I put in front of them now, they just soak it up, and very, very quickly, very effectively. And it's just a wonderful thing to see. When kids who don't have fathers at home come up, when I come into the room and they come up and they hug me and they tell me about their day and they say, "Hi, Dad," instead of "Mr. Ishmel," they have adopted me, they see me as a father figure. That's always memorable. It touches my heart, and I feel a sense of responsibility that if that's how they see me, then I must give them that level of attention, that level of responsibility back. Or when the kids come up and they say, "I went to the library because you told us about a particular story." One was like Sarah Bartman. One of the kids came back and showed me that they went to the library, they found a book, and they read the book, and I'm like, okay, if this is opening up their interest to go back to the library, which is a place where most kids do not hang out today, to go and they come and show me that they're learning these things, it's memorable. Or the dyslexic student that will come and I make them learn the speech and they will twist the words around and then, no, learn it like you see it. Put the demand on them and then see that rise up in them that, wow, I can do this, I can do this. It's just countless memorable moments that I have when that student comes off stage and they get that applause and a real applause for doing a real good job. It's just breathtaking for me.
Should know my name. Daughter of South Africa. I went to Europe willingly, thinking I would find riches and fame. They fooled me. In Europe, I found humiliation, forced to be a spectacle because many of them had never seen a naked black woman's body. They nicknamed me Hot and Tight Venus. They were fascinated by my large, full breasts, big hips, buttocks, and big lips. They stared, touched, and laughed. She couldn't really be human because she doesn't even look like a white woman. My skin is the deepest shade of the darkest chocolates. My hair is a thick black cloud on my head. Doctors and medical students scribbled madly in their medical journals descriptions of my body. I was later sold to a circus where I danced naked for the entertainment of white people. In their minds, my large breasts, big hips, buttocks, and big lips made me inferior and oversexed. Now this justifies the inhumane treatment of the black man and the black woman no longer wanted in the circus. I became a prostitute and later died from loneliness, shame, and disease. I had been in Europe for only 5 years and was only 25 when I died. But my story doesn't end there. Even in death, I wasn't allowed dignity. Europeans were fascinated and obsessed with me. When I died, they cut out my female body parts. My brain, my skeleton, preserved them in jars and placed them all on display, along with the plaster of my actual body. For 160 years, people could just walk into a museum, look at my female body parts, my brain, my skeleton, and see what I look like naked. In 1974, they took down the display, but they still kept my remains. It wasn't until 2002 that they returned my remains to my homeland and given a long overdue proper burial. Some would say, Hot and Tight Venus, aka Sarah Bartman, was one of the first video vixens. Before television, before radio, Sarah Bartman became the blueprint for degrading and humiliating the black woman on a worldwide level. Sarah, this one is for you. I will not forget you. I will not allow others to forget you. I will make sure our people remember you and know your name. Black America, I find you guilty of murder.
What I try to accomplish working with students through the arts and music is to open their minds, open their opportunities up. A lot of times, most of our urban youth only know what their surroundings are. If they only see the streets that they grew up on, then they have limited choices, limited opportunities. But through arts, through entertainment, through the stage, they have a lot more opportunities. So I try to make sure that kids get those opportunities.
more information about the LASER program, please call the First Ward Community Center at 989-753-0411.